M-Jam from London presents Line Out of Order by Cyril Hare. A small group of men sat at a long table in a room off Whitehall. It was the late afternoon of a warm autumn day, and in the sunshine that streamed through the window, their faces looked grey and anxious. The man at the head of the table spoke. "I am sorry to call you together at such short notice, gentlemen, but it is a matter of extreme urgency. There has been a leakage of information." A tall, distinguished man with a shock of white hair broke the dead silence in which the words had been received. "Do I understand you to mean, sir, information of what was decided at our meeting this morning?" "Yes. It seems impossible, but there is no room for doubt. The enemy, I may call him that, although a state of war will not officially exist until 9 o'clock this evening. The enemy is aware that of the two plans of attack open to us, we have decided upon Plan A, and he is making his dispositions accordingly. But how could he have found that out? Surely our security arrangements for proper authorities investigating that. It would be a waste of time to discuss it here. The reason I have summoned you is to inform you that as a result, this morning's decision is rescinded. We adopt Plan B. Now, as you know, our arrangements are such that we can select either plan to the last moment, and the enemy equally is in a position to guard against either plan. Either, but not both. Like us, he has to make his choice. He will go to war tonight believing that we are committed to Plan A, and he will be wrong. His mistake will lose him the war, provided— His eyes went rapidly from face to face the length of the table. "Provided that this time the secret is kept. That is all, gentlemen. You will want to be getting back to your offices now." In the street below, a little crowd had gathered to see them leave. There was not much to see, merely a strip of pavement kept clear by the police, and a file of figures stepping hastily across it into the official cars waiting for them. The tall, distinguished man came near the end of the procession, and as he was about to enter his car, he paused, produced his handkerchief, and very deliberately blew his nose. Twice. A shabby figure detached itself from the back of the crowd and sauntered up the street to the nearest bus stop. Big Ben was sounding 6 o'clock when the right bus came along, and the shabby man reached his destination at 6:20. There was not much time to spare, and he was seething with impatience. But he had been schooled to control his emotions, and it was with an almost leisurely air that he walked round the corner and up the stairs of a gaunt block of bachelor flats. At 6:25 precisely, he closed his front door behind him, and almost with the same movement picked up the receiver of a telephone on the table in the tiny hall. He dialed a number, and the call was answered at once. "Rockingham here. This is Worcester speaking." "Again? I thought I'd heard the last of you. What's the trouble?" "Everything's changed. It's Plan B now." "Dear, dear. They can't make up their minds, can they? But are you sure, my dear fellow, this time?" "Absolutely. I had it straight from the horse's nose." "Very prettily put. Well, Worcester, you have left it rather late, but luckily not too late. Spode will take your message out tonight." "You're sure you can get in touch with him before he goes?" "Do not fret, my good Worcester. Spode will ring me up from the airport in half an hour from now for final instructions, and I shall tell him of the change then." "Thank God." "Thank who?" said Rockingham derisively, and rang off abruptly. The man who called himself Worcester still had the receiver in his hand when another voice spoke over his shoulder. "That'll do. You best come quietly." At the same instant 2 enormous hands descended on his wrists, and his arms were pinioned behind his back. The receiver fell from his grasp and remained dangling from its cord. It was the last thing he saw as he was led away. He made no sort of resistance. "We were too late, I'm afraid, sir," said the young constable, wiping his brow. We had to go up a fire escape and get in at the back. He sent the message, whatever it was. The line's dead now, so there's no knowing who he was talking to at the other end. And he won't say anything." The inspector nodded and eyed slowly the oscillating receiver hanging from the table. "Ring up for a tender. No, not on that telephone. Use the one in the porter's lodge." The young constable was right. The prisoner would not talk. He sat dumbly in the inspector's office, his eyes fixed on the clock, with an expression of self-satisfaction that deepened as the minutes ticked away. Slowly the hands crawled round the dial towards the fatal hour of 9, and at 2 minutes to 9 he spoke. "It's too late now. Whatever happens, you're too late to do anything about it." "Meaning?" "My message has gone. While you idiots were bullying me, the last plane to the continent was on its way out. It carried my message with it. That be hanged for a tale. The last plane out was 7:30 from Herne Airport. There was no long-distance call to or from your flat today. You think you're so clever, don't you, Inspector? Just listen to me, because when this war is over you will be interested to know what beat you. My message went to a London exchange on the automatic system, so you'll never trace it. It doesn't matter if you did. The place will be empty by now. At 7 o'clock tonight, somebody rang that number from the airport." "He did he? And what do you think happened then?" But before the man could answer, the inspector grinned. "I'll tell you, before you hang as a traitor. You'll be interested to know. What happened was, when whoever it is tried to phone from the airport, he will have found that the line was out of order, and the number unobtainable. So your message will never have got through. Do you know why? Because when you left your flat, the receiver was off, and it's off still. And that means that the other number is still through to yours. He can't call anybody else, and nobody can call him. That's the snag of the automatic exchange." "Yeah, Bert, it's just on the hour. Turn the radio on, will you? And take this fellow out. You better get Bob to help you carry him." That was Line Out of Order by Cyril Hare. It was read by Matthew Jones. For information on other ways to access stories, please see the various notes in the description box below. Thank you for listening. Good night.